What's going on, guys? Marcus from Wall Street Assassins back at it again with another video. And today's the title is How to Trade a Choppy Market. What a day. What a day. Powell basically spoke today. It was like a talk show host where he was asking Powell questions, he was answering them. It was stuff we already knew in the overall market, but that did not stop the choppiness. If we go down towards the 5-minute chart, you can see just this range over here, right? Market opens 9:30 Eastern. We end up closing 408. We end up coming down to lows of 402. So very choppy market overall. How do we trade a choppy market, right? When direction is not clear. Look at these red and green candles, right? We like fluid movement, especially as a day trader. We want those fluid movements, right? So that's not really what we've been getting today, especially when we have Powell talking yesterday. The market was anticipation for him to talk. So key things you want to basically do in a choppy market. Number one, avoid trading at the open, right? So you definitely don't want to trade at the open. Trading at the open, as you can see, it's very indecisive, right? We could basically come down, we could go back up, and trading at the open can be very dangerous as a day trader, right? So is normally we do get a lot of volume at the open, but when you trade at the opening, basically in a choppy market, you know the previous day was choppy, you kind of want to sit back and see, hey, what's going to happen, right? What's going on, right? So I'm looking at the 1 minute, it's just crazy, right? So looking at 9:30 over here, we basically open, barcoded over here, red, green. We even spiked, we hit the SMA, we came back down. So wait for that overall direction, right? Market opens at 9:30. Maybe start looking for trades around 10, 11 o'clock. This way, you know, things already settled out. And now you could basically go for your overall direction, right? Number two, size down, right? If you normally trade with a certain X amount of dollars every day and you know the previous day was choppy, don't put that same amount of risk at risk, right? So always try to better yourself every day. And number three, right? Focus on larger charts, right? The 180-day 4-hour. You guys been watching my videos for a long time, right? You guys are in this Discord. You guys are probably previous students or maybe lurkers, right? So always want to watch your larger charts, right? Typically, the largest chart we want to watch is the 180-day 4-hour, meaning each candle on this chart takes 4 hours to form. So that's 4 hours of information. So not only that, I pair that with the number of indicators that I use. It's no secret. I use the MACD over here, RSI. I use the moving average exponential, the simple moving average, right? So these are key indicators that I use to give me overall direction. And if you guys seen this morning's video, I said overall, we've been kind of bullish since the 12th of May, right? We basically put in this bottom at 385, we bounced, we started to hold above that trade line. That is a sign of bullishness, right? And we have not broken that area, although it's been very choppy because we're not really pushing strongly in one major direction, but the overall direction is up. And that comes to another third thing I want to tell you guys. I'm tying that third thing as in larger charts. Use that 180-day, be open-minded to both ends, and also use a trend line. So a lot of people don't use a trend line, right? Draw it from the lowest point to the highest point, right? So lowest point to the highest point, you can see overall, now it looks clear. Wow, we're in an upward trend market basically as of now. So key things you want to take away is when it starts to break that trend, and you could use this trend line on smaller charts, but when it starts to break that trend, you want it to basically break this trend line, right, to the downside. Now I know, hey, the stock is doing something that it wasn't doing before, right? So we went from 385, we're sitting at 408. What are we to expect tomorrow? So tomorrow, we want to see a possible break of 410, and then we could possibly go up towards 414, which was a previous resistance before. But we want to break this previous support, make that support a new support, right? And then push up towards that previous resistance level. So we're looking for a break from 410 all the way up towards 414. In this market, we may wake up at these areas. So things may change. So if we wake up at 414, next possible area, I'm thinking we meet this SMA. We haven't even seen the SMA in a long time. This is the 180-day chart. So this is basically over 6 months of information, right? So if we look back here, last month on the 21st, that's when we actually met the SMA. So we haven't even came back up to this area. Even if you're a bear and you think there's more downside to be had, we just got to look at the charts, right? The charts never lie is what I always say, right? So looking at the charts overall, 410 to 416 areas. To the downside, let's drop down towards the 20-day. Each candle on this 20-day is 1 hour of information. If you look at the 20-day, we're above the SMA on the 20-day. So that is key area to take a part of for bullishness, right? If we're above that SMA is a divider in my head as in, hey, above it is bullish, below it is bearish. You can see below it, we were basically pulling back down. Above it, we are trying to hold above. Even if I zoom in, you can see it looks pretty nice, right? We even tested it with this long wick over here. And then we're basically on an upward trend. So two key things that you want to take a part of from this as well. Even though we're bullish, even though we're pushing up, we're going to have those pullbacks. We're going to come back and test that trade line, not only on the 180-day, but we actually bounce this dotted line right here. What is this dotted line? I put that there for myself. That is from the 1 year, 1 day chart, right? So that represents to me the 1 year, 1 day trade line, basically, right? TD's taking a little bit long to load over here, but you can see today we pulled back. Powell was talking, right? Market wasn't liking what he was saying. They were liking what he was saying. We pulled back and we tested that 1 year trade line. Now, this chart is an overall large scale of what we were overall looking at, right? So this is basically overall key true direction. You're looking at the RSI and the MACD. If you know how to read them, you know how to read them. But hey, things are looking a little bullish over here on the 1 year, right? So we want to hold above that 404 to remain bullish. If we start to break below 404, we could start pulling back down, maybe even retesting those 397s and lower. So next thing we want to look at is that 20-day chart, right? Looking at the 20-day chart, our side is a little bit more on the overbought side. Like I said, we've been running for quite a bit since the 12th of May. It's now the 17th. Don't be shocked if we get some type of pullback tomorrow, right? So that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys learned something. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.